Hello everyone, thank you for the opportunity to present my research. My name is Nursila Khairunisa and today I will be presenting our study title Molecular Diagnosis on and Hematological Evaluation of Babesia species infection in cattle from Imogiri, Bantul, Yogyakarta. This study was made possible with support from Universitas Gadjah Mada and Universitas Islam Indonesia. Okay, babesiosis is a tick-borne parasitic disease caused by Babesia species. It infects red blood cells, leading to anemia, reduced productivity, and in some cases, death. Despite being endemic in Indonesia, many cases remain undetected due to limited diagnostic sensitivity. The study supports the One Health approach, which emphasizes how animal health is interconnected with human well-being and environmental health. Okay, this study was designed to achieve three main objectives. The first one is to determine the prevalence of Babesia species in cattle using microscopy and real-time PCR. And the second, to compare hematological parameters between infected and uninfected meat cattle. And the last one is to assess the correlation between parasitemia level and hematological alteration. And material and method, the study was conducted in Imogiri Subdistrict, Yogyakarta from July to September 2024. A total of 38 beef cattle were randomly sampled. Blood samples were analyzed using the first one is GIMSA stained blood smear microscopy. The second real-time PCR targeting the cytochrome B gene. And the last hematology analyze for RBC, hemoglobin, hematocrit, and other parameters. Data were analyzed using ANOVA and Kruskal-Wallis test depending on normality distribution. And this is the result. Microscopic analysis of blood smears revealed 7 positive samples with prevalence of 18.42%. The parasite had a single or paired pear-shaped bodies inside red blood cells. This method is more effective when parasitemia levels are moderate to high, but less sensitive for early or subclinical infection. And then this is the result real-time PCR detection. Using real-time PCR, we detected 14 positive samples or 36.84% of the total sample. This is nearly double the number detected by microscopy, confirming that real-time PCR is more sensitive and better suited for eating to find subclinical infection. Infected cattle showed significant reduction in red blood cells, hematocrit, and MCHC. Hemoglobin level were also lower, although the difference was not statistically significant. Leukocyte and platelet count remained within normal range. This finding indicate normocytic hypochromic anemia consistent with subclinical babesiosis. Among the infected cattle, we found common characteristics. The first is most were female, under 3 years old, had a body condition score of 3, belonged to both Taurus crossbreed like Limousin and Simmental. These factors may contribute to higher susceptibility to Babesia infection. Microscopy allows others estimate the prevalence of babesiosis. Real-time PCR enables early and accurate detection, which is crucial for preventing disease, spread, and economic loss. The observed hematological changes validate the clinical impact of babesiosis on red cell health. Targeted surveillance and early intervention, especially in high-risk groups, are highly recommended. The conclusion and summary. In summary, the first one, prevalence of babesia was 18.42% by smear and 36.84% by real-time PCR. Hematological findings reveal anemia-related changes in infected cattle, subclinical infections were common and often undetected without molecular diagnostic. And last, early diagnosis is essential to protect health and food security, aligning with the One Health approach. Okay, the recommendation based on our findings, we recommend the first one incorporating real-time PCR-based diagnostic in routine heart health programs. The second is monitoring high-risk groups, young, female, and crossbreed cattle, adding hematological profiling to clinical assessment. And the last one is improving tick control and farmer education to reduce transmission. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I will be happy to answer any question or discuss our potential collaboration. You may contact me at my email. So before closing, I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine Universitas Gadjah Mada for supporting this research under ethical clearance number 20/IC FKH /INT dot/2024. The Faculty of Animal Science, Universitas Gadjah Mada, all staff in Department of Veterinary Clinical Pathology, Universitas Gadjah Mada, and the Faculty of Civil Engineering, Universitas Islam Indonesia. Their contribution were essential to the success of this research. Thank you.